Alright, well after 3 weeks of sitting in the exact same spot, I'm getting a little... No, I'm just kidding. Alright, well welcome to episode 29. We apologize for making you wait so long, but it is finally here. You're going to get the details of the future of Geek Church.
As far as we know them.
As far as we know it. We're going to move it to Saturdays. Alright, that's it. Let's go. No, I'm just kidding.
They're like, you guys suck. I freaking hate you.
I know.
I'm never going to watch it.
The last couple weeks, there's been delays on the episodes, but we've kind of changed our time to Saturday. So if you're a little confused, because they've been coming out like Monday or Tuesday, a lot of stuff has been going on, which is some of what we're going to talk about. Which is also why we're shooting these three episodes back to back, is so that way we can get them done and not be lagging. But as I announced 2 weeks ago, I'm leaving. For those of you who don't know who may be new to the show, is we work at a church in Paradise. I'm the youth pastor, student ministries director, and he was the youth intern and now is the kids pastor, and now is, I don't know what you are now when I'm leaving. So just, you'll be everything, I guess. But do all the work and not have the title. So there will be changes, obviously, because this show, like, literally, we're next door to his bedroom, like upstairs of the youth house.
Across the hall, technically.
Well, okay, across the hall. He lives on the top floor of the youth house. It's a 2-story house. We had 2 rooms. This used to be my studio. It became one of his rooms. Well, he never used it. He just used the one room in the bathroom, so we turned it back into the studio. And it's easy. We just go upstairs. It used to be we had to rearrange downstairs. We're like, let's just do it upstairs. So we come up here, we shoot, and then he goes and he edits them. Well, obviously, we're going to be 6.5 to 7 hours away from each other. Finally. I'm just kidding. But it's not something where we can get together and just shoot the show. It's even too far to even do like a once a month kind of thing. Like, if it was like, if I was moving to Sacramento, I'd come up here once a month and we'd shoot like 4 episodes or something, you know. But I mean, it's far. It's far away. Where I'll be living, I could drive to Disneyland easier than here, and so guess which one I'm going to pick.
I've never been to Disneyland, but I would make the same decision.
I've been a lot. So anyways, so here's what we're going to be doing though. If you guys are thinking, wait, what's going on?
Now that I have my ring of teleportation here.
Yeah, but it didn't choose you, I gave it to you, so you haven't figured that out yet.
That's true.
That makes sense because I read an issue and they teleported, and Kyle made a comment about how like you're starting to get the hang of like that teleportation. Yeah. Well, now I know why. Anyways, so for those of you, we're still going to be doing Geek Church. We're still going to have it on the couch, this review style where we review something and talk about like some of the spiritual implications or moral stuff. It's just because of the distance, I am going to have to replace Jeff. But don't worry, you Jeff fans out there.
All one of you. Not including me.
There will still be plenty of Jeff, and let me explain. We're actually going to be growing a little bit here. So currently, what we do for Geek Church is we have this show. We produce it weekly, and then we've recently started doing more of the blog kind of website where we have articles. Well, Jeff's going to be writing articles. He's going to be starting to do those.
So Ultimate Universe.
Yeah, he's going to be taking the Marvel Ultimate Universe and reviewing those and writing those. And we're going to be expanding a little bit. So in terms of the show, we're going to, twice a month, the show is going to be just like this, except for it's going to be a new set and a new co-host, where we just read something or watch something, review it, talk about the stuff. It's what you're used to. And then twice a month, we're going to do more, just like what episode 26 was. We'll keep making the quality better. That one we just kind of threw together. But where it's a news and review show, where we have different segments. Well, Jeff's going to be getting a camera, and he's going to be, hopefully, and he's going to be recording segments.
I think a laptop would probably be the best hand, because you just have the webcam.
You have the webcam built into it. But then you have to see about the quality, so... plus that's more money than Flipcam's cheap, so...
That's true.
So on that show, so twice a month will be regular, twice a month will be like the news and review, and Jeff will have segments on it, so you'll have little 3 to 5 minute chunks of him twice a month. And that's not all, folks. We're also going to be starting, we're going to be starting a podcast, and that's going to be twice a month, and the podcast will be probably about an hour long. It's going to be like the original Geek Church was, where we just talked about a lot of stuff before we kind of really got it down to 15 minutes. We figure because it's a podcast,
Hello, Jack.
I said my dad, I think. Because Jessica's in the middle of labor having her baby. My sister. So it's going to be, like I said, we can do it. We used to do this at like an hour, But then we're doing them. They were just too long for us to do, and really for you guys to watch. We didn't have a problem doing them. That was back when we recorded them like at 2 in the morning, and they were random, and we'd talk for an hour about something
because it was too.
Yeah, because I'd come over like at somewhere between 10 o'clock or midnight. We'd watch like a movie or something, and then we'd like review it on the movie ones. So the whole idea is. Because it's gonna be a little more structured than that. Like we're gonna have segments, like we'll have news segment where we talk about news, and the difference between the news and review show is that one's gonna be straight, just like 2 to 3 minute segments, news and review. This one will take like one thing and really discuss it, and like really be able to talk about our opinions and speculate and stuff like that. We'll have, of course, catching up with what's going on, and we'll take stuff and we'll debate them, just like so. It's gonna kind of be like a combination of really all of it on an audio format, and then we're not worried about them being an hour because I mean it's easy to just throw them on a podcast and listen to them or an iPod while you're driving, while you're working, just whatever kind of thing, and that way it's easier for you guys because like I know I can grab a podcast and I can burn through like 20 hours of a podcast in a matter of a couple of weeks if I'm working or driving a lot. Compared to a video show, I can't keep up with my
like
10 minutes.
Can't watch it at the same time.
Yeah, I know. So it makes it easier.
Like, tell me, like, just move my arm.
Yeah.
It gets in the way.
So exactly, we'll basically be having Geek Church will be kind of like a multi-format every other week, and then we'll have our podcast, and of course he'll be writing articles. So you'll still have plenty of Jeff in that sense. And overall, we were going to talk about our overall kind of vision for Geek Church a little bit. Because, of course, we plan on growing. We talked about, you're like standing at the bottom of my shoe. I'm like, what, is there something down there?
Just a giant turd.
Oh. No, just kidding. We are trying to spend, we went to the comic convention. Well, I did. Jeff was lame and didn't go. And
kids were lame and needed me.
So yeah, we're expanding. We're going to be hitting comic conventions. I'm hitting, not literally hitting, but getting out there with comic shops. Kind of like the direction we're going is going out to conventions and comic shops and really getting out there to meet the fans. I've got a list of comic shops. I've already
make some fans. Yeah,
make some fans. I've talked to 3 of them. So I have now 3 connections with 3 different comic shops that are like to get involved with stuff. In fact, one of them also has a small publishing company that has about 5 comics that they're currently producing, and so we're going to go down and do an interview with them. We're going to shoot it in their comic store for Geek Church. That's the other thing with the podcast. Like we're going to be doing more interviews with like creators and artists and stuff like that. And if it's audio, like over the phone because of the distance, we'll cut it into our podcast. If it's video, we'll cut it into an episode of Geek Church kind of thing. And so that's going to be obviously taking the quality up because you're going to get to hear interviews and stuff between actual comic artists and writers and publishers and stuff like that. And doing more events, going to like different games and stuff they have. And so we're just going to be doing a lot more with the comic book community, the gaming community. And so we're going to really just be pushing it up, stepping it up, getting out there. And that's kind of like our overall, kind of like our idea. Because we don't want to, originally we're like, let's just do it. Kind of keep it quiet, we'll see what happens. And then our idea was like, okay, we'll do it, we'll just put it online and hopefully it'll get big. And we were doing that for a while, it was growing, but then I just really felt like, no, we need to get out there where the people are. And like, we need to really get out there. And originally we were going to go to churches. We're going to go out and try to talk to churches and raise money and do it like the traditional.
And laugh at us. And
yeah, exactly.
Crazy and stupid
and I just really felt like God was like, no, stay away from the churches. Not that church is bad, but start with the people, which makes sense. It's like if you're going to do like a ministry or something, go where the people are. It kind of makes sense. So that's what we're doing. I felt like we needed to hit the comic shops and the conventions. So we're hopefully in 2011 we'll hit WonderCon, Alternate Press Expo, SatCon at least a couple times because they do it like 3 or 4 times a year. And then who knows what other ones we do. And then of course hopefully by then we've got like 15 to 20 comic shops that we're doing like monthly events at here and there and everywhere. So that'd be awesome. And then of course
very Dr. Seuss there.
Here and there and everywhere. Yes, we'll have our green eggs and ham at all these comic shops. So yeah, I think that's all I had to say about that. Which I guess that's it for the news update. Jeff will be staying here, if you guys are wondering. He'll still be here in Paradise. He'll still be living next door to this studio room, so he'll probably actually shoot his segments in here, I'm assuming, or downstairs. So you'll be used to his sets.
So are you going to leave the couch here?
I don't know. I don't even know what kind of house. We don't even have a house or anything. I don't even have a job technically yet.
True.
I still have to go and meet, and I still am in the interviewing process. So there's still a chance that they could say no, and I just have no job.
That would not be it.
So I have more time to do Geek Church. So yeah, I have no clue. It all depends. Like I'm hoping that I get a 2-car garage that I can turn into a studio, and then I'll probably want the couch unless you feel like you need it. But because if I can get like a 2-car garage, I could actually use it as like a studio. So I'll put the green screen up on one section. I'll grab the couch and put that on another section, and get like a vinyl banner like Geek Church to put behind or something. And just turn it into like, so we have like, and I'll probably do like another one that's like 2 chairs and like a table or something for like more interview style. And I'll probably set up like 3 just ongoing sets. So everyone out there, be praying that I get a 2-car garage. That's not creepy like my old 1-car garage.
Actually, it was actually kind of cool.
Yeah, but
except for like the thread of Black Widows.
It was cool to like go out and build something in. It wasn't cool to shoot an episode of something in. So. Well, I can't think of anything other than to say is just, again, we're still, even though we kind of have an idea of what we're doing and changes, suggestions and comments, send to geekchurch@gmail.com, as well as our review stuff, because as of right now, and by the time you watch this, we'll be caught up a little bit more, but I'm tackling Green Lantern, hitting's my word today, for our reviews of comics. I'm starting off with Green Lantern, and then my next one I'll be branching out to Batman, starting at like the Battle for the Cowl, and then after that I'm going to be doing like Savage Dragon, Witchblade, some of that kind of stuff, Spawn, doing some of those. Jeff starting with the Marvel Ultimate Universe, so the Ultimates, which is their Avengers, Spider-Man, and X-Men. So and we're going to try to bring in more guys and gals, more partners to help us write some of the stuff. So we want to know where you want us to go, because that's pretty diverse. Like, we're hitting 2 major DC, you're hitting the Ultimates, and then we're hitting some of the like Image, kind of, and Invincible, that's the other one I'm going to be doing pretty soon, hopefully. But there's still huge gaps. Like, that touches nothing of the regular Marvel Universe. There's still a ton of DC, there's still a lot of stuff. So really, send in your feedback of which ones you want us to go next, because we'll basically come up with a queue. And as we get more and more votes, we'll kind of rearrange some stuff. So, with that.
I think the very, very first one I'm probably going to do is actually Cowboys and Aliens. Because
yeah, we're also going to have a miscellaneous section just for like not ongoing stuff, just for reviews of just good ones that we've read.
Vertigo and Wildstorm and stuff like that.
Of stuff that, yeah, just like a miscellaneous section. So, well, with that, this puts this at a little bit of a short episode. So, unless you have anything else to say.
I don't think so, but that's probably good because I think we went a little over on the other 2, so.
Alright, well, here you go, your short episode, and we could just sit here, like, quietly. Or just sit here and, like, eat our chips and stuff, or... I'm just kidding. Alright, bye, guys. Well, I should say... Have we already cut?
No.
Okay, I should say that next episode is episode 30, and it's a special episode.
With a special guest host.
With a special guest host that we actually shot, like... Well, by the time you watch it, it would have been like a month and a half ago. But we shot, and it's essentially... Was it episode 15 that we went through all...
Yeah,
no, it was... Oh, you're right, 15.
15 with 15 segments.
Yeah, we went through episode 15 with 15 segments. This one's not that long. This one's going to be like 3 or 4 segments. 4, right?
Yeah, I think so.
And it's supposed to be an hour-long special extended episode, and where instead of, for 15 we did 10 most powerful superheroes, this is going to be top 10 most, like, evil or dangerous, we kind of interpret different ways.
I think we're calling it like the most dangerous countdown.
Most dangerous villains. So... It'll be good.
Yeah.
And now we're not even that early. We stalled. Alright, we'll see you guys next week for that.